Adam Gorney here with five-star quarterback Ryder Lyons at the Rivals camp in Los Angeles. And some schools, a lot of shaking out, a lot of stuff to do, a lot of visits coming up, a lot to think about. Let's start locally. USC is still in it. They flipped Jonas Williams, but you're still interested in them. Your brother goes there. There's a whole lot to like.
Yeah, for sure. They did just flip Jonas Williams, but to be honest, not very scared of competition. There's going to be competition anywhere I go, so I'm going to have to compete, and I know that. I'm very confident in myself. But, yeah, USC's still in it for sure. Coach Chad Bowden, the new GM, he's been reaching out, kind of trying to develop a good relationship, even though he already recruited me a little bit at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But, yeah, him, Coach Riley, obviously, his track record with quarterbacks is probably the best in the country, and Coach Stewart have a great relationship. I mean, I've known him since he was recruiting Walker. So
yeah, we go north to Oregon, which is still very much in this.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, now Oregon is looking for a quarterback, and essentially you're not really a 26 because you're going to take a year Mormon mission, come back and essentially be a 2027. Yeah. If they take a 26, do you care? Do you care who it is? Again, competition's not an issue.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't care. I think the only thing to say is, like, if they don't, it's just a little bit more reps for me.
Yeah.
I want to take advantage of that. I want to play early, obviously. I'm a competitive person. But, yeah, Oregon's for sure still in it, too. Coach Stein, I've been saying it. We have the best relationship like I've had with any coach. He was my third scholarship, and they've pretty much held that the whole time. Like, always, I'm their number one guy. They've been super high on me, like, Coach Lanning texts me all the time. Coach Stein texts me all the time. They watch my basketball games. Just stuff like that just means a lot, you know?
Yeah. BYU definitely in this. This is not just like a thrown-in school.
Yeah, no.
Why so much? Obviously, there's on-field, off-field, considerations there.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. So familiar. Both my parents went. My sister graduated, I guess. Obviously, the LDS part, the Mormon part of it. A very big part of my church. That's a big part of me, my faith. But, I mean, there's other stuff to be said, too, about their football. I mean, their football's they just won 11 games. Yeah. I guess that's a big deal. They're kind of in the right direction, Big 12, winning games, good coaches. I mean, great coaches. I think I could play early, too. I mean, that's a big thing. Like, it's still competitive there, and, yeah.
Yeah. And then a newer school definitely involved here is Michigan. And what you've talked about before is, a quarterback the class before, so you can kind of go on your mission, come back, maybe sit, learn for a year, and then they're off to the NFL. They take Bryce Underwood, which is huge. They give him a big NIL deal, which is huge. Obviously, that's going to be a factor for everybody. What is it about Michigan and how they're kind of warmed up here?
I mean, yeah, you kind of described it. They've talked about, like, kind of taking they took the number one player in the country in 2025, so Bryce Underwood, I mean, he's a great player. And then they've talked about a little bit, like, on my mission, it's kind of a new space, but, like, sort of taking every other kid. I mean, maybe take like a transfer portal guy who's kind of just there to just help. But, I mean, I don't want to say that, but, they probably will take a 26 also, but it's kind of been their message to me. I'm very, very high on their board. Coach Chip Lindsey, he's a great guy. Coach Sharon Moore. They all came to my school, GM, OC, tight ends coach, head coach, quarterbacks coach, defensive coordinator. So they obviously showed a lot of interest, which is just great. And I actually, when I went out to Michigan with my brother, I liked it a lot, like the area, kind of the whole space, the facilities, the kind of environment of it all, and I think that's still very similar.
Decision time. Are you going to kind of do it soon? Obviously, 26s are coming off the board. Yeah. You don't have to be in any rush. What kind of timeline are you looking at?
I would say probably in July, to be honest. I want to be committed probably, I'm not going to say for sure, but probably before my senior season. I'll go visit like 5 or 6 schools in the spring, and I'll have 5 or 6 OVs set up. Yeah. And then I want to be able to make a decision.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Maybe at the Rivals 5-star you could do that when we fly you out to the biggest event in the country. Ryder Lyons here with Adam Gorney at Rivals.